the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
All right, got some Sharpie sunglasses starting to take shape here on my face.
I'm so sorry. I had my big meat hook in your hair the whole time.
I am all kinds of disheveled over here.
I'm so sorry.
I look honestly like the world's most low-budget bank robber because it looks more like you tried to paint a bandit mask on my face. This actually looks like somebody that would be in the whacked out news for trying to rob a bank, where they just drew on their own mask.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how hard I was putting my palm on the top of his
He
head.
was. He's like,
Oh, God.
like, easy, man.
Don't pull out that weave.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, got some fun stories to tell you here in the Whacked Out News. A tale of sweet love between 61-year-old James Newland and his 33-year-old boyfriend. They were being intimate there in Fort Pierce when James thought that he liked it rough. But I guess he didn't realize exactly he didn't like it that rough. Because apparently his 33-year-old boyfriend hit him hard enough on the behind that he left a handprint.
Oh, wow.
And that's when Newland went off because he thought he got a little too aggressive in their foreplay. So he told his 33-year-old boyfriend to stop and that it hurt. His boyfriend apologized. He put his underwear back on. He returned to the living room of Newland's Fort Pierce home. But then Newland said, "Oh no, I'm not done." He emerged with a revolver,
Oh, no.
pointed it at his 33-year-old boyfriend, and then threatened him. The boyfriend said, "I'm out," takes off. Newland runs out onto the front porch and fires a shot into the concrete porch.
Shoots him?
No, shoots a shot
like
into the
like
concrete.
a warning
yeah.
shot.
Yes, down into the actual porch itself. Now, the police, obviously, with all this going on, they get called to the area. And when they show up, they say Newland smelled of booze and had slurred speech.
Yeah. Someone got
Yes.
into the whiskey.
Drinking and guns don't mix.
He admitted to the shooting, claiming he only wanted to scare his boyfriend, who he accused of hitting him with a gas can. So it really went to a different level. He then gave the cops consent to search his home when they found approximately 9 firearms and ammunition. So this dude was strapped.
Go ahead, search it.
Wow.
They wound up arresting Newland for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and misdemeanor gun charges. So when you think you like the rough stuff, you better make sure you like the rough stuff. Because apparently he did not. Well, I got a story here about a 43-year-old inmate in Georgia named Kenneth Gibbs. And he has a very impressive trait. He has a very ample-sized anal cavity. Because he was able to smuggle 2 vape canisters, 4 syringes, 1 vape cartridge, 3 batteries, 1 cigarette lighter, and 64 grams of marijuana all inside his rectum.
Dare I say impressive?
I mean, that thing's like,
Oh, my God.
it's like a trunk, isn't it?
You're a superhero at that point. You have powers.
If he were Carrot Top, he'd just take all of his props out of his rectum. Now, good old Kenneth Gibbs is facing multiple charges and could be looking at some more time. He was initially locked up for theft, possession of meth, and violating parole. I know it's a big shock to everybody.
I feel like that guy needs a cape.
Yeah. Boy, this is not fun. You're on a plane, you're just having a good little snooze, and all of a sudden, warm liquid starts trickling all over your body.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this happened on a United long-haul flight from San Francisco to Manila in the Philippines. There was a business class passenger that has been banned from flying with the airline after this person urinated on another passenger.
You are kidding.
Nope. Jerome Gutierrez from California in the Bay Area was sleeping in his business class seat and was 4 hours into the 15-hour journey when he was suddenly awoken by the sensation of liquid hitting him.
Oh, my.
The peeing traveler allegedly in a dazed stupor began urinating on him.
He was
completely-
probably on Ambien.
Yeah,
That
something like that.
happens. That happens. You do weird stuff on Ambien.
Something tells me it might be a mixed bag of things going on here.
True.
But can you imagine that? You've just gotten peed on your flight and you still have 11 hours.
Oh,
Gosh.
You better hope you have some clothes in your carry-on.
Please, someone have a change of clothes for this man.
There's a man in Connecticut that got arrested for yelling profanities near a church while wearing a bike helmet that had a sex toy attached to it.
Wow. I'd like to see that video.
They stopped him. They said, "So, what you doing?
There's a lot
What's
going
up with
on.
the helmet there?" He said he was trying to recreate a German helmet his grandfather wore in World War II. You ever seen those? They have the big old spike on the top of them.
Yes.
And that's the way he chose to go for the spike?
That's all he could find. Was,
So, do you get arrested for that?
well, he had been called a couple times. In fact, they tried to get him the week prior he was out there, and they just missed him. So they have called. They've been called to his house 9 different times.
Oh, wow.
For incidents including him riding his bike naked with a cowboy hat. So he likes hats,
Loves hats.
and he likes being naked.
Where was I at?
He's now been charged with a breach of the peace. There's a guy in St. Louis that helped free a stranger's car after it got stuck in the snow on Sunday.
Well, that was nice.
It is so nice.
Oh, this is not going to end good.
He then pulled out a gun, demanded the keys, and drove off.
Oh, he carjacked him?
I smelled
Hey, buddy, let me help you out.
I smelled a little M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end.
It is the whacked out news. Police in Worcester, Massachusetts arrested 6 college students who lured a 22-year-old man to campus by using a dating app to accuse him of being a sexual predator. The guy simply was going on Tinder, and he found an 18-year-old, and he said, okay, let's go see what this is all about. Apparently, these students at Assumption University in Massachusetts were inspired by To Catch a Predator and also people doing it online.
So many people do it now.
This 22-year-old shows up for his date with this 18-year-old female, and they kind of hang out in the lobby and are watching some baseball when 25 people, a mob, basically comes in and starts calling this guy a pedophile and accusing him of liking sex with 17-year-old girls.
Well, she's 18.
Right.
That's what happens. Some of these Johnny-come-latelys, they don't know all the rules, and
Yep.
you can't bust the wrong person, because if you do, you're going to go down.
He's like, what am I doing? So they chase him out of the lobby of the dorm to his car. They start punching him, hit him with his own car door.
Oh,
And they're
no.
high-fiving each other, and they're videoing it, saying, look at us, man, justice. Well, the justice is probably going to flip because he's going to have a massive lawsuit because nothing he did was illegal. She's 18, he was 22, and they basically just attacked and assaulted him. He was in town. He's an active duty military member, and he was visiting his grandmother.
18 and 22, this is complete. They're wrong. And this is
yeah.
This is why police officers get nervous when people go rogue doing this stuff, because not everyone does it right.
Yep. I'm hoping they get sued and people learn a lesson that, this is not the way to do it. You know what? We got people that do this for a living.
How were so many people so dumb?
Because they're
A mob
It's
of 20?
Well, imagine it's a dorm. I remember when I was in a dorm, it's easy to recruit people because you got a lot of people there. They're probably all fascinated by watching this on TikTok or whatever social media platform they're on.
But no one thought to say, hey, she's 18.
But they might have fact checked wrong, and then they listened to the 1 point person. You know, you're right. One person could have done the fact checking. They're the ones that got it wrong, and they just believed and listened to everything the fact checker.
Maybe they thought she was 17.
Yeah, and there's so many of these now online. Some of them do a good job, and there's a lot that do a poor job, because you can tell they're not doing it for the right reasons. They're doing it to get the
Viral.
likes. Yeah, exactly, and
Yep.
they're doing it wrong, and they're being dangerous about it.
Right. Brazilian police have revealed that the woman arrested in an alleged Christmas cake poisoning had been feuding with her family for years before 3 of them were killed by the arsenic-laced cake.
Oh, damn. I
Daisy-
mean, how can you make it any more obvious?
Oh, yeah.
You have these 3 people that you hate over to your house, and you give them cake, and they die.
They all die. Yeah. Daisy Moore, the daughter-in-law of the cake baker, was arrested yesterday on suspicion of triple murder and attempted murder.
Whoa.
Her mother-in-law, Zeli dos Anjos, made the dessert, which killed 3 members of her family at a Christmas party in southern Brazil on December 23rd.
Did they drop dead right there at the house?
It doesn't say where they wound up dying, if they
Oh,
died
my
right then and there.
Gosh.
But they did die, and that was very suspect that they all had eaten the same thing. They found flour that was contaminated with large amounts of arsenic.
Wow.
Yes. And they found elevated levels of arsenic inside the cake and the blood and urine of those that had died.
Merry Christmas.
I wonder if you made me something with arsenic. Could you make it so good to the point where I could not even tell that I'm eating anything poisonous?
I doubt they did.
Yeah, that's what they say about that.
Right.
That whatever freeze.
Antifreeze.
They'll put it in something sweet, and they say you really can't tell.
Yeah.
Especially you got alcohol, you have a buzz on.
They're saying the antifreeze is actually sweet itself.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to poison people.
Oh
but-
yeah, there's a whole series about it.
But there's so much science now. They're going to figure out exactly how they died, and then they're going to figure out exactly who did it.
Well, she probably thought she was just being efficient by taking out 3 at one time, but instead you make it a lot more suspicious and easier to catch.
So much easier.
Not all murderers are smart.
Yes.
Dang.
Definitely not. All right. If you want to check out, I'm on my way to getting Sharpie sunglasses.
Virginia's on the beginning.
I am too. My pen didn't have enough ink. So
I have plenty.
I got a juicy pen now.
You want blue glasses?
I'm going to do blue glasses. This is a
Oh.
juicy pen.
Okay.
I'm coming over to you there, Big Kev.
Okay. All right, you can check that all out.
This is how we do. It's the KVJ Show.